Oh, burning the Cenderawasih crown, a solution or a new wound for us Papuans. Today, the people of Papua and social media users across the region are shocked by an action taken by a government office that collected and burned Cenderawasih, bird of paradise, crowns. These crowns are made from the feathers of the Cenderawasih and other endemic birds of Papua, the very creatures known globally as the birds of paradise. The government's stated reason for this act was to curb illegal hunting and the trade of Cenderawasih feathers, which they claim threaten the species' survival. However, this action has sparked outrage and deep disappointment among the Papuan people, myself included. I strongly condemn it, as do most indigenous Papuans. Because a Cenderawasih crown is not a mere decoration. It is a symbol of honor, identity, and pride, not of arrogance. In Papuan tradition, the Cenderawasih crown holds profound cultural significance. It is worn by tribal chiefs, customary leaders, or presented to honored guests as a gesture of respect and pride. Once the feathers are crafted into a crown, they cease to be just animal parts. They become sacred cultural symbols of identity and dignity. Burning these crowns for many Papuans is not just the destruction of objects. It is an act that wounds our pride and desecrates our identity. If the goal truly is to preserve wildlife, then the government should learn from other nations. Many countries successfully protect their endangered species without erasing their cultural meaning. For example, 1. United States. Bald eagle feathers are used in Native American ceremonies, but only by those with special permits. Feathers come from conservation programs, not illegal hunting. 2. New Zealand. Feathers of the kiwi and the now extinct huia were once used in Maori rituals. Today, such use is limited to licensed cultural purposes and conservation sources. 3. Canada. First Nations. Communities continue to use eagle feathers and other animal parts in spiritual ceremonies under strict conservation rules. 4. Samoa and Hawaii. Feathers of tropical birds are used for royal crowns and dances, but materials are collected from molted feathers or authorized conservation sources. Papua New Guinea. The use of bird feathers is permitted for cultural leaders, but under growing conservation oversight to protect species like the Pesquet's parrot. Yet in all these cases, no one burns traditional accessories. The lesson is clear. Conservation and cultural respect can coexist through wise and balanced policy. Even within Indonesia, many regions use animal elements in traditional symbols, yet manage to adapt without cultural erasure. Take the Dayak in Kalimantan, for example. They once used hornbill feathers in traditional headpieces, but now many use synthetic or conservation-approved materials. Conservation and cultural heritage don't only have to be enemies. They can complement each other when approached with respect and intelligence. The government needs to sober up and stop pretending not to see the real social and economic problems in Papua. Papuan people who hunt or sell Cenderawasih feathers are not doing it out of greed. They do it to survive. For many, selling feathers or crowns is one of the few income sources in regions with scarce job opportunities. And the truth is, the government knows this. They just choose to be deaf and blind, acting like moral crusaders while chasing political or economic gain. This hypocrisy fuels harmful stereotypes and divisions. Papuan against Papuan, OAP versus OAP, eroding internal solidarity and trust. When the government bans hunting and burns traditional artifacts, one has to ask, then how are these people supposed to live? That's the heart of the issue. Prohibition without economic alternatives only breeds resentment and social tension. I've personally met a man selling a preserved Cenderawasih bird to pay for his child's graduation. Another sold one to cover travel and exam fees for a police or military recruitment test. These are not isolated cases. Many of us have seen the same reality. Remember this: burning crowns is not a solution. What's needed is a humane, educational, and sustainable approach. 1. Cultural dialogue and direct outreach. Government must come to the people. talk to traditional leaders, explain the importance of protecting the Cenderawasih, and mutually agree on fair limits of use. 2. Limited customary permits. Allow the use of feathers only for official customary events or recognized elders, not for open trade. Alternative economic programs. Develop substitute livelihoods such as training in making replica crowns from synthetic or recycled materials, empowering locals in tourism, art, and eco-cultural industries, providing incentives for communities engaged in bird conservation. Core. Community-based conservation. Involve indigenous communities as protectors of nature. Community rangers, not as the villains of conservation. 5. Education and media engagement. Use schools, churches, and social media to promote the message. Protecting the Cenderawasih means protecting Papua's soul. Burning the crown may have been meant as a symbol of firmness and conservation. But without understanding the cultural and economic context, it only becomes a new wound for the Papuan people. The Cenderawasih bird is a symbol of beauty, the very spirit of Papua. But the Cenderawasih crown is a symbol of our human dignity. True preservation must protect both the bird and the people. Nature and culture, spirit and survival, walking hand in hand, not against each other.